Hello, welcome back, Steve's Retirement Corner. Financial Fridays, retirement crutches. Hey man, for me, daggone retirement was just as scary as it was exciting. And I needed a couple sets of crutches in order to go into retirement. As simple as that. It, it, leaving a job, a perfectly good job, and not having another one already set up to go to was a foreign thought to me, man. It's not something I ever dealt with. So I needed a set of crutches to, for me to be comfortable and confident in my decision to go. And I think these first few things here are really what's made a difference in my contentment in retirement. I really do. Now listen, man, I know very little about retirement in general, but I know my own pretty well, and this is what works for us. Do yourself a favor, read the daggone disclaimer in the video notes, and take anything you might hear with a grain of salt. But this first thing was my first crutch was that I locked down my first decade of retirement. I put 10 years of expenses into what I consider a safe account. I always call it cash account, but it's not actually cash. It's got some bonds in it, and it's in CDs and stuff like that. It's what I think is it's liquid. I can get my hands on it immediately or fairly quickly. Pretty easy. It's making a little bit of interest. It's not making a killing, but it's making a little bit. It's easily accessible, and it covers. I ain't got to worry about the swings of the market. It's relatively safe accounts. I did that because the reason I picked 10 years was because 57 is when I retired. 67 is my full retirement age. It gives me a little bit of peace. Takes a lot of financial stress off of me. The market's down 20-30%. I ain't got to worry because I ain't double dipping by pulling out of my stock funds, my investments. I got enough in the bank to cover 3 to 4 years of living. I can use it for emergencies. It'd take care of any, pretty much any reasonable emergency that might happen. Now, if I get sick or have a heart attack or something major like that, well, then all bets are off. There's no way I could cover any of that to begin with. But if the roof needs a new roof, or car blows up tomorrow and I got to get another one or whatever, I can cover that. I won't want to, and I'll sure look around for a used one. But it's a secure feeling, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. For me, anyways. Another thing I did was I used a lot of Steve math. It's quick and dirty. Don't use it, especially not if you're figuring on your budget. But it helps me to know immediately whether I'm going to be able to afford something, whether I want it or need it. If I need it, I know exactly what account to go to. There's no stress involved in paying money if I know exactly where I can go to do it. I ain't got to figure out how to do it or what account to pull it from. I know immediately. It's where I round my expenses up and my income down. If I got a $250 bill, I round that up to a $300 bill. If I got $250 in the bank, I round that down to $200. If the two match, I know right away I got it. If they're close like that, then that's when I got to go delve deeper into it and figure it out. I probably got a good shot, but I'm not positive. But if I use that, and I know I ain't got but $250 in the checking account, but I know I got $500 in the savings account, I know exactly where I got to go pull it from. There's no guessing or hoping or nothing like that. I ain't got to know to the exact dollar. I just got to have a pretty close roundabout guess to it. But like I said, don't do it. It's just something I've always done, and it's worked well for me. Keeps me from overspending, keeps me from stepping out somewhere where I don't need to be. Another thing I did was I built a 10% buffer into my our budget for retirement. I did that to cover my butt in case I was wrong or inflation went rampant on us or something like that. You know, it's come in handy. You know. Now I got to caution you because this is 25. I'm still using a budget we created in 21, and that we went light item everything and give the guys that we went to get help to look over everything, exact numbers. And then I just added 10% buffer. Actually, we got $3,000 budget, but our actual budget is $3,300 a month. That gives me that's my budget. It's not the $3,000 that we need, it's $3,300. Now listen, we've since I've been retired in the past 2 years, we've been using up every bit of that $3,300. But what saves my butt and allows me to have the same budget this year is that my truck payment. I got 2 built-in raises the first 5 years of my retirement. One was my truck payment, and another one was next year I get another small pension, about $400 a month. So next month we pay that truck off. That $300 is scheduled to go nowhere. It's already built into my expenses, but once I pay it off, it turns into an income. So I get my $300 buffer back. I didn't have to do a darn thing. That's what these automatic raises do. I ain't got to do nothing but live till they take effect, and that's it. It's the same for my daggone that other little pension I got. It takes effect. Oh, I can get it now, but I'm gonna wait till January of next year to take it. So I mean, that gives me another 10% raise right there. So I actually get a raise in. This way here, it's a bill pay, and it acts as a raise. By carrying that truck payment, man, to give me the confidence if we ever need to get a short-term loan for some reason in retirement, we can cover it. You know, and then on the backside, it turns from a liability into an asset for me. You know, so but those 4 things were huge for me, man. I believe I really do. But you know what? From February is a big month for me as far as finance goes. It's when I get my distributions. What sets the tone for this year, and what I do this year really affects what I do next year. So for the next couple of Fridays, I'm gonna do a financial Friday, talking about different things that are on my mind. Normally during the year I don't think about finances, but February and July I do, because that's when I go visit my advisor. You know, simple stuff like how I'm planning on handling inflation, long-term care, junk like that. I don't know how many it'd be, 2 or 3 more probably. So, and don't forget Thursday next week I'll have Hanging on the Corner live at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you feel like it, show up, man. Glad to have you, and we'll have a good time. If not, hey, man, take care of yourself. But anyways, man, y'all take care, and you make it a great weekend, man. And we'll talk to y'all later.